Hey, it's John here, and we're just discussing heavy metal because I haven't done a video in a while talking heavy metal. I kind of got sidetracked on things, but this would be the heavy metal extravaganza. I just got some things I bought recently, some things I've been listening to recently, and just odds and ends that were picked out for various reasons. In the background, we'll listen to some live bootleg Vortex from 1981. I think it's just a burned CD. Someone had like a copy on cassette or something. 1981, Port Vale, England, the heavy metal Holocaust. So August 1st. So we're talking 39 years ago. Vortex, new wave of British heavy metal. We'll start with a new wave of British heavy metal record I bought. It's Dealer, a retrospective of a kind of obscure new wave British heavy metal band. Had one single out. Was it Better Things to Do? Suspected Foul Play. I knew those two songs from comps, and this was put out on Splattered record just this year or last year. And it's got a fake OBI strip, whatever you want to call that. And there's no liner notes, and there's a picture. So at least my copy has no liner notes, so it's not as good as a High Roller release, but pretty cool. But we got Poverty, new wave British heavy metal, pretty dirty. Maybe like a low budget, punkish kind of blitzkrieg sound to them. And it's got 10 tracks on the LP, and they sound like demos or whatever. It starts off really good and then fades down, and by side 2 it gets a little weak. So you got probably everything they ever recorded, but you know, sometimes you have more songs than you need. I think there's a good boogie number on the back, but it fades out. And I think 5, 6, I think probably 7 songs would have been fantastic. But either way, I have it all now in one record. And I think there was another picture on that. Let's see that up. So it's kind of cool label. But yeah, I'm happy to have it. I love anything new wave British heavy metal. And that's Dealer. And the next record I got this maybe like a year ago, whatever, but this is one of those records I thought I owned. And when I went to look for it, I didn't own it. I think I've seen it on like a Martin Popoff book, or I saw it online so many times, it was drilled in my head that I thought I owned this Mercy record. It's kind of like that Mandela effect that Jeff Mega Rock was talking about. But I did not own this record, so I got the repro, and I might have ordered it from Sweden. Swedish band, and Mercy's famous basically because they had Messiah was the singer who went on to sing with Candlemass, formed Candlemass. And this is a good record, and it's on I don't even know what label this is. Nuclear War Now Productions. It's out of California, but I had to like get this overseas, either like Sweden or somewhere. But it's a really good heavy metal record. It sounds a bit like a Swedish version of Witchfinder General. There's enough doom in there, Sabbath influenced, but still a majestic sound and not like totally gloomy doomy. But fantastic metal, and this is from probably 1983, I'm guessing. They look great. I'm sure we got a couple of mustaches for Aaron, but a good record. And then since I got that one, I think on the same thing, I got the very first Mercy record, Impassioned Sound of Mercy's 1982 Swedish metal mini LP with a Session 81 bonus tracks. But I got this was a mini LP that Mercy did, and this is a reissue, same, I don't even know if it's the same company. I'll look who did this. But it looks just like the independent label, and this is before Messiah or McCoolin, whatever his last name is, joined the band. They were just a trio, and this is really good. I like this. This is much more amateurish, and some of the songs are great. I mean, it's hit or miss, but when they're great, because they got a little bit of rock and roll still in them, but they're heavy metal. Track Don't Stop, heavy guitar, and with their Swedish accents, really good. There's Shadow Woman is about. This is well worth it to me anyway. This is primitive metal, and this is from '82. Totally independent when they put it out. Handwritten. And I think on the end there's some adverts from Metal Invasion. It was a Canadian radio show, and they got the adverts of the DJ basically just talking about what he's going to be playing in his next set. Like upcoming, we're playing Mercyful Fate, and we're going to be playing Mercy. So he was sent the mini LP. Let's see what we got. Oh, we got stuff. We got the obligatory collage. And we got some nice pictures. I haven't really investigated the collage. I bought this a while ago, but I have listened to this record multiple times. Some tracks are killer, but that's Mercy. And then, right in the same vein, we got Nemesis. This is a reissue. I don't know if I bought it at the same time as those, but pretty similar. Nemesis is the guitar player who went on to form Candlemass. What's it? Leif Edling. And this is a much doomier, thrashier, dirtier sounding record, and you can see what Candlemass combining this and the second Mercy record, and you can get a Candlemass sound, a little Celtic Frost-ish on here. Gloom and Doom, and I think it was just originally it was a 12-inch EP they put out, was all they put out, and this is a double, and it's got the record one is the 12-inch EP with Black Messiah. King is Dead's good, if I remember, and that's on 45 RPM. And then the second album is an LP, is 33. It's an LP with looks like 10 tracks, maybe a live track, some demos or stuff, and it's got a little bit of a book. This is on high roller, so it's done. It's got lyrics. I guess you got lyrics and then the story. But Nemesis, good record to have. And to get the original 12 inches, pretty dang expensive. And I don't know what else it has. Nemesis. That's Nemesis. And another record, which is part of the Mandela effect. I thought I had a bootleg copy of this, and I swear I remember where I put it. I think I bought it for my wife for Christmas or birthday, and she remembers having it. And it's the 1980 Bratz LP. And from Denmark, and this is famous for Hank Sherman and Michael Denner. Hank Sherman and Michael Denner from Mercyful Fate. This is their early heavy metal, punk rock, hard rock, whatever you want to call it. But this record's fantastic. And what label? This High Roller put this out. I remember having a copy. I thought it was blue, and I thought it was a bootleg. I remember like a scratch on it, but it completely doesn't exist. It's weird how the mind plays tricks. But this record is fantastic. Even for punk rockers, this is a great record. It's just upbeat. There's some great guitar riffing going on there, and the boys are really into it. It's got some cool stuff if I remember. It's got the poster, which is just the album cover. I thought it had it's got a original promo shot. Pretty cool. And yeah, there is something else. Oh yeah, we got a little book here. There they are again. There they are. I mean, it's got a lot of punk rock sensibilities, but I mean, a total metal looking band. I almost felt like there was flyers or something, but maybe not. I thought they had like fake flyers, but I might be thinking of something else. But anyway, fantastic record. Hat Trick. I got this sealed for really cheap. I've always seen it around. It's straight up U.S. metal from Chicago, probably 85, maybe 85. Roadrunner Records. The record is not good, but it's a fantastic listen. The way the record's segue and produced is terrible, and they look bad. They look like they really got boutiqued up. But you always got to give these American bands a little bit of a pass when they get all heavy metal boutique at the hairdresser and salon for the photo shoot when they're actually a much heavy metal band. They don't sound like the way they look. And it's got lyrics. There they are, posing. Bad mistake. They should have stayed like a street metal band. And I want to say they gotta be thanking. No, I don't see them thanking hairdressers. Illustrated design, but I wouldn't be surprised. But it starts off with a bad song, and then the second song on here is a cover of We're American Band, which is one of the worst tunes, Born to Be Wild, that you could cover. The only saving grace is, I swear, it's like 2 minutes long. So you get through that, and then it goes into just a bizarre smorgasbord of heavy metal. And the guitar player, who looks like a young Vinnie Vincent, looks totally like a chick. And, totally posing too. The pose makes the album worse, but it is heavy metal, U.S. metal, and he's got effects on the guitar, and he's doing all these weird psychedelic effects on there. It starts going in. A couple of these tracks go into like almost space rock, Hawkwind territory, but not on purpose. I think he's thinking he's getting this Eddie Van Halen eruption thing happening, but it turns into Hawkwind. And I think I was listening to this, I'm saying, who produced this record? Because it sounds terrible. And of course, it was self-produced by the band, produced by Hat Trick. So it's not totally their fault. They're just kids' first time in the studio. But with a good producer, or a decent producer, and like another set of eyes on the project, seg the songs in a different order, it could have been a decent U.S. metal record. But this is good, because I will listen to this again. It's bizarre enough and a little off, and the production's definitely off, that I will listen to it again and again, because there's a lot to get out of this record. But not completely competent, but good. And I listened to Malice. I pulled this out. I think I saw a video of like underrated heavy metal records of the 80s. It wasn't very on the money, but this was out, so I re-pulled this out in the beginning. And this has almost the same problem as the last one in Segue. I feel like it starts off, if I remember right, I listened to this a little while ago, but like with a slow mid-tempo song. And then as you're going through, there's some killer metal on here. And there's Malice. I think they're from Los Angeles, but they seemed like they were a little outside of the LA scene. They were signed to Atlantic. So it had like, I don't know if I remember. It was definitely produced, but I don't think it was overproduced. But there's some good tracks on here. I want to say Hellrider and Tarot Dealer, well worth it, because it's not an expensive record. And unfortunately, they got dressed up a little bit, but still, at least they look heavy metal and not like teenage girl looking. But Atlantic Records, oh yeah, we have lyrics, so I don't know how much the label pushed them, but I always remember Malice. Remember them around, never saw them. I don't know if they got radio play. But that's pretty good signing for a metal band, 85. And let's see what I got. I got some singles. My wife just got me this Death SS single. It's Night of the Witch, backed with Black Mummy Live. And I think Night of the Witch was one of their original singles in the early 80s, but I'm not sure. On Svart Records. Italian doom, metal, shock rock, I don't know what you want to call it. Theatrical, artsy. I got a killer one. My wife bought me this. And this is also from Splattered, although I didn't get it with that other Splattered record. She bought this for me, and it's Motorcycle Rock by Mothers of Track. And it's just a single from Belgium. I want to say 1975 it says. And I was listening to this. I did not know until I looked it up, but it's featuring Shorty from the Belgian band Killer, which I thought I pulled out the record. Killer, one of my favorite heavy metal bands in the 80s. But let's see. There's Shorty in like 1982 or whatever this record is. 83 was that record. But he was in the band since like 81, whatever, Killer. And there he is there. And this is 70s biker rock metal. Actually, it's totally proto-metal. It's on the Splattered Records. It's got a great picture of them. Let's see. And that's them, and there's Shorty. And there they are. I'm covering that guy because there's some stuff on there I don't want to show. But it's a killer biker rock. I got a fuzz guitar, and it sounds like they're totally doing the those Hell's Angels movies from the late '60s. That kind of Davy Allen and the Arrows sound, and the B-side's an instrumental, which is almost 60s psychedelia. It sounds like the Cream meets like maybe Davy Allen and the Arrows, like almost 60s heavy psych with different parts, but like hard rock psych, not the jamming hippie stuff, but more like LSD, like freak heads. But it's the B-side I'm gonna have to investigate more. I only heard it once, but definitely a trip, but well worth it. USA label out of New York to get Shorty's early band. And this is the Dealer 45 that came with the first record I showed. Dealer. This is a repro of Better Things to Do and Suspected Foul Play, the best two songs. Heavy. I showed that Randy record. I don't know. I bought this Randy record. It was probably from Aaron, and maybe Greeno mentioned it, but it's a Swedish band, mid-80s, I'd say 86 it says. This was their single. I think they only put out a single. It's really good, but this came with a retrospective LP, which might be in this pile. There's the other Malice record, License to Kill, Atlantic. I didn't get all the way through this. It's got the total layout of like the major labels, Atlantic, Elektra, they were all doing this kind of look. Bad cover. I understand it's a killer. I can see what they were going for, but if you just step back and look at it, it doesn't do anything to me. And there's no... Oh, yeah, so the Atlantic must have been losing interest on them because the inner is just a clear plastic, and all their liner notes and stuff are here. So they must have been on the outs with the label, not even given a budget for an inner sleeve, which is pretty much the standard for Atlantic Records, especially in 1987. So to skimp on that, you knew they were just about to get dropped. Madison, I pulled this one out. Diamond Mistress, Swedish band. Hard rock, metal, a little more on the commercial side. Not glammy, but sometimes it has some Swedish aspects with some good guitar playing and catchy, hooky vocals. If you're an Yngwie Malmsteen fan and stuff like that, this kind of segues in like the poppy Rainbow. But I think this is, I think he's got a Swedish name, but that's Michael Moon, who went on to play with King Diamond. And I met him when he joined. I think when he replaced Andy LaRock. Who was the guy? Was it? I forget who left. Andy. Was it Michael Denna? I don't even remember. But he was. I met him when in about '86. He was in the King Diamond. Okay, Deadringer. I played this. I bought this. I had the second Deadringer album, second Rising, so I need to finish the collection, get it. And this is a Direct Line, British band. I don't want to say new wave of British heavy metal, but it is. It's 1981, very commercial rock, but heavy enough. I mean, it's definitely metal, so I don't want to say commercial rock like REO Speedwagon, but a little more boogie and rootsy, but not glammy. And pretty forgettable. A couple of songs, heavy guitar, but just like 81 rock. Like, I don't know, I guess they would probably be heading the way Def Leppard was going a little later, but forgetful. I got, this is a great record, Holland Heavy Metal, Volume 2. We got Second Skin, Vortex, Azza, The Wild, and Nexus. And Vortex, of course, are fantastic. I think you got 3 tracks of them. You get 2 or 3 tracks from each artist, and this is on, I don't even know what label, Reed Kerrang and Art Shark. Headbang Records. There's the label, upside down, but there's some good tracks on here. This is well worth it. I can't remember what's what, but this is a really good comp of Dutch heavy metal. Pantera, I pulled this out. We listened to this with my wife. Power Metal, and this is on Metal Magic, and we were kind of laughing about it a little bit but this is a little heavier than the other ones, but totally glammed out. And there's some good songs. They were trying to go to the hard rock, like the heavy metal, as opposed to the glam rock. But there's still a lot of Van Halen and Kiss in here, and a couple goofy songs. And I think it's got the Fan Club. And I remember Pantera like in the 80s, and like I had no use for them then. It's on Metal Magic, and then like I was out of metal, and I remember they got really big in like 1990, and I'm like, that's the same band I remember when they were kind of like a glam rock band, but Texas rock and roll, and it's a decent record. Well worth getting. I think that's the singer, not the original singer, but I think he's the one who came out of nowhere, and then he was like a skinhead in the 90s, so like a tough guy. But good hard rock. This record I bought maybe this year, but it was never on my list. But I saw this in a record shop once. It was $20, and I really wanted it, but I'm not paying $20. And sure enough, I found it for cheaper, and it's not worth $20. But it's a Belgian band, FN Guns, total poverty metal, and just 5-track EP, it's 45 RPM. But it's good. A couple of listens, I'm really digging it. Real rough voice, kind of like how I'm sounding, like I need a drink of water. But just straight up metal, no nothing mind-blowing or anything, but it's only 5 tracks, and 2 of them are real good. At least 2 of them are real good, but FN Guns. This one, I showed this. I'm just going to show it real quick. Crucifixion, my favorite heavy metal record, one of them of all time. This band is so good. They put out a few singles, and this is the comp. But if you don't have this record, get this record. If you like new wave of British heavy metal and dirty stuff. I grabbed this. It was pretty cheap. Japanese copy of Vow Wow Live, and this is kind of I think it was in the store, so I grabbed it. And I got it in. It doesn't have the OBI strip or whatever, the OB strip, but I got it. I got English. No, I got English and Japanese lyrics. This isn't a great record, but just to fill the collection. And this is Bow Wow, and this is like mid-'80s maybe. Like they were kind of passing their prime, but metal was getting big, but they were just getting a little past their prime. But I want to say side 1 is pretty useless, but side 2 starts sounding pretty good. There's a couple of songs that sound like Kiss, and it was pretty rocking. Eotrope from Chicago, I grabbed this, and it's a great die-cut record with all our favorite gangsters, Deadringer, Pretty Boy Floyd, Al Capone, and it's fantastic. And I think if you turn it the other way, you get the band members in there. It's a really cool record. It's Eotrope, but it's pronounced, that's how I pronounced it as a kid. But it's pronounced Eotrope. It's one of those spinning things that turn into like animation. And this is Life of Crime. Reminds me of the the Weirdos. But there they are. Great like thrash metal, Chicago. Not gonna blow your mind, but definitely competent thrash. Heavy metal. And this would be 1987 Relativity. And what do we got here? Oh, I got stuff. I got the order form, and it's got a poster. So Relativity, they spent some money. Oh yeah, this is pretty cool. Pretty cool. It's got the little bio on there. Conspiracy to defraud. Oh, it's not a bio. It's all the fake crimes they committed. But good record. Here's one I needed to fill the hole. We're almost at a half hour. Jeez Louise. Tigers of Pantang, the third record. I never had this, and it was always cheap, and then the price keeps going up on this, but I finally grabbed the copy. It's got the 12-inch EP, free bonus, which is an absolute waste. I want to say it was like a slow blues and just a medium song. Like, so that was a waste for them to spend money and put a free EP in there. I think those songs should have stayed on the shelf, if I remember. Or maybe they should have put something, made the record, not wasted their money putting that in there, or put it on a good song. But this record's way better than I thought, because the one after this is where they get totally commercial. But this is still really good heavy metal. And I always love John Deverell singing. And John Sykes is on guitar, and then it's the other three members, Rocky, Rob, and Brian from the original lineup. But, well, happy to have this record. Now my Tigers of Pandang are done forever. Same with this record, another record I knew forever. I never actually owned on vinyl. And now my Samson collection's complete, or I think just about complete. There might be some odds and sods from the later days. I don't go past like 88 or whatever, but fantastic with Bruce Dickinson on it. And just a mandatory new wave British heavy metal record. And let's see, it's got this stuff. You got the lyrics, but fantastic record. Paul Sampson, Bruce Dickinson, Thunderstick on drums. Wonderful. Truffle, I bought this one finally. Maybe Aaron showed it, but I knew it was around. I never heard this band before. I've seen the name around, but Truffle, for some reason I avoided them. I think they put out one single, New Wave of British Heavy Metal, but Aaron played it. It was definitely biker rock metal. Biker metal, not biker rock. They got Satan's Slave, and this is on High Roller, and it's only got 7 songs, so it doesn't outstay its welcome. Well worth getting, and I think we got a book. Oh yeah, we got. I didn't mean to do this so long, but I haven't done a metal video in a while. Yeah, we got a whole book. Let's see what they look like. Actually, there's that's Mungo Jerry. That's Mungo Jerry. Summertime. Right there in the middle with the afro. So he gave his approval or produced it or something. Mungo Jerry. Where are they from? I don't remember. Portsmouth, England. And maybe there's a poster. I don't know if it has a poster. I think it's ridiculous, all these posters in High Roller. I mean, I love the little ads, but actually this one's better. I thought it was just gonna be the album cover. This is a flyer. So kind of cool, but no one's gonna hang it up. I'd rather the record be $1 cheaper and save the poster. But that's Truffle. Definitely not the best or anything, but if you're a collector, you probably know about it already for the new album stuff. I grabbed Zediago. I knew the name. I didn't really know much of them. I don't think I ever liked them. Chick Singer, German band. This is 1988, RCA, BMG. Very produced record, unfortunately, because it's not a bad record, but the production, it just makes the record sound like one straight line. There's not all these intricacies, but I gotta listen to it more. But I was liking the record more and more, and then I realized that this is pirate metal. And that adds 2 stars right away. No matter how bad you are, if you're pirate metal. So the songs are mostly about pirates, and they at least have a reference to the ocean or a ship. And Zediago might be the name of a imaginary pirate, or maybe the name of the ship. But you got the wheel, and you got pirates, and they're kind of dressed like pirates a little bit. And there's enough pirate references, so I'll give this like 8 stars because it's pirate. And I think the first EP, which now I need to get, or the first record before this, now I have to get because it's pirates and it probably sounds more real produced. Wishbone Ash, I wanted to get this record mainly because it was on Neat Records. Put this band out during the down and out days, trying to cash back in on the new wave of British heavy metal resurgence, kind of like Budgie, Black Widow, maybe Blue Oyster Cult, like a whole bunch of bands came back from the set. Blue Cheer put out like a album like that, and this record, it was not blowing me away, but I need to listen to it again. And this is Wishbone Ash on Neat Records, and I paid $12. So that's probably about right, but you don't usually see Neat Records out in the wild. And this one I don't know if I've ever seen. So not straight up metal, but it definitely fits in the metal collection because it came out and was marketed that period of time. Randy, there's the Randy. If I didn't show this, good record. It was the Swedish band. I showed the single. And great, good catchy stuff. You know, not heavy and dark, but heavy and Swedish. Good tracks. It goes all over. I think they got some later demos. But a fun record on No Remorse. And I'm sure it's got the book. Are they a trio? They might be a trio. Is there a picture of them? I don't even have a picture. Oh, the picture might have been on the single, but yeah, there's no picture. But yeah, we're worth getting if you're into that stuff, but definitely Swedish. And then I think I got some crappy ones. I bought John Butcher. That was like quasi metal, hard rock, produced like, I don't know, commercial rock. He was a local guy. He was big in the Boston area. Even though I didn't grow up in Boston, but I still knew John Butcher. He did some stuff with Charlie Farron from the Joe Perry Project. Here's a bad record. I picked this up in the wild just because it's Glenn Hughes and Thrall. Who's Thrall? I don't even remember now. Oh, Pat Thrall. Guitar and guitar synthesizer. It was so cheap. I mean, I thought maybe there'd be something redeemable on here, but didn't seem that. Just pop rock from pop hard rock, you know, from 1982, CBS. But I think I'm sure I only paid $1 or $2 for that. And then this I've always had, but Scanner. I'll end on a high note. Scanner, Hypertrace, German heavy metal, fantastic. It's a concept album about being out in space after the Earth explodes, if I remember. And the songs here in this order, but I think you're supposed to play them in a different order if you want the story to go. It's got the lyrics. And I think they have symbols. I don't know, symbols for the members, but you're supposed to listen to it in a different order if you want to follow the story. But fantastic, hooky, German, precise metal. Wonderful, and I just absolutely love this song. What was it? Terion. So catchy. If you want to sample a tune, Terion by Scanner. This would be 1985, I bet Noise Records. Oh, 1988. Well, this is much later than I remember, but Noise Records. I think that's it. My wife picked up this book. Nothing great, but it's called Heavy Metal Movies. It's got all the movies that have any heavy metal reference and stuff, but it also has other movies that have nothing to do with heavy metal, but like kind of have that persona, like, I don't know, horror movies from the 70s, The Hobbit's in here, Helter Skelter. So it's just kind of another movie book. But that's about it. I just got it. It looked nice on the shelf. That's about it. And that's it for heavy metal, I think. And cheers, everybody. I didn't mean to go a half hour, but I haven't talked metal in a while. Bye.